Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. I'm having a lot of fun playing this game, and I hope you're having fun playing along with me. We're up here in Milton's room. Milton's disappearance is still a mystery. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know when he went missing. We don't know when they noticed him missing. I mean, we know it was in 2003, but I think it was in 2003. Yeah. But did he just walk off into the woods one day? Did they come up here to his bedroom and he was gone one day? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Oh, this is kind of interesting. So the game saved up here, and then I exited the game and came back. But now the part of the rope that I'm supposed to interact with in order to go down is down there. So do I just jump off now? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, okay, good. I can't interact with it here. Okay, I was like, well, I think I found a game-breaking bug, but I guess I didn't. So let's go ahead and hop on this
Mom
thing.
spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
So she spent months searching, but we don't know where she searched. Don't know where she last saw him. I kind of would like to know these things. But I'm kind of thinking that we're never going to know.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Huh? Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Milton found something in the house? And that's why he left? Okay, maybe we are going to get to know more of the story. I don't know. So this is the door we came out of. Remember, this was like the little classroom. And we walked over there and looked in Milton's really awesome place. Now we're going to go up these stairs here, because we still need to learn about Lewis's fate, Edie's fate, and Dawn's fate.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Lewis feels like he was to blame for Milton's disappearance. Very interesting. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad we're getting more of this story, because obviously I wanted to know more about
After
it.
he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Aha. Yes, the cannery. We saw all those cans of salmon in the kitchen when we first entered the house. So, Lewis, let's see, he was 21, 22 when he died, so yeah, he did graduate from high school. And here is Lewis's room right here. Let's take a peek inside.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Looks like a hookah? Oh, legalized marijuana? Oh, okay. Yep. So Lewis was like, yeah, man, come on in my room, man, it's cool. But everybody else was like, stay out of my room. Oh, neat, his room is like a boat. Okay. Hold on. We got a couple chairs. Interesting swinging chairs here. That is how we're going to get into Lewis's room. And just like pretty much everybody else, Lewis also has an awesome view. His house is awesome. Did I mention that? Nope. Oh, I can't climb down. I wanted to climb back down just to peek around this corner here, because you can see there's some stairs here. Oh wow, you can look in and see his computer there. Like a fairly modern computer. And then we've got stairs that go nowhere. Okay. Oh, doggone it. We can't get up there. Well, that's a shame. Hopefully there'll be another way to get up in there, because definitely want to see what's going on in that room. Alright, let's go back out here and climb up this little ladder here. It's so dangerous. I mean, we're way up here. I mean, it's just the railing looks like it comes to your knees. Just seems so dangerous. Oh, nope. Press the wrong way. Sometimes you don't know which way to press. There we go. In we go.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Uh-huh. Well, no. I'm just looking around. No. Oh. Okay. Really didn't mean to climb back out there. I was just looking around, game. That's all. Pretty small room. Exit. Nice music. Got a little terrarium there. This is bad. He's got a big old hookah here. Wonderland Turbo. That's a great gaming system. So there's the game console, but... Oh, that's the TV up there. He had it way up there, I see. He had like a dorm fridge in here. Dawn Poetry Recital. Huh, okay. This is kind of like a... I don't know. It's looking kind of like a mixture of a PlayStation and a Super Nintendo. It's got very PlayStation-looking memory cards. But it has cartridges instead of discs.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
I wonder why he was so bad at them. Well, he managed to graduate from high school, so good on him. Gosh, what's that? Theodore's Quality Cigars. I doubt very much that he kept cigars in that box. Lewis Finch locker contents. What's he got in here? The Red King's Dream. Bunch of CDs. Oh no. Conspiracy Now. There's Dawn Poetry Recital again. Sam and... Does it say Sam and Kay's wedding? Okay. Huh. Pills. Some beers over there. Got his headphones. Dual monitors. Looks like he was a bit of a gamer here. Used the far inferior WASD control scheme. That's right, I said inferior. You didn't hear that wrong. Let's look in the Lewis Finch locker contents. Greater Seattle Institute of Psychology to Dawn, his mother. Let's take a look.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Man, when that bloody hand first showed up, I was like, what the F?
He kept working at the canyon.
Gotta chop these fish heads off. Come on. Come on, you're falling behind,
In our
man.
sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
What's going on over here? What is that? Come on, fish.
wander.
Oh my gosh. This is so freaking creative. It's just ridiculous. So now it's like we're playing like a little top-down scrolling, or not scrolling, but like a roguelike game over here. And am I really supposed to keep doing this fish thing? You don't want the fish to get backed up, man.
I asked him to describe it.
Come on,
He
throw
said
it.
he started small.
Started small. Come on, chop, chop. Come on, chop it.
Imagining a labyrinth.
What if I don't do the fish? Well, then they're going to cover up the screen and I'm not going to see it. That's what'll happen. The game makes you do it.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
Oh, stupid fish. Get out of my way. Get out of here, fish. I'm sorry, these fish aren't
Bats.
stupid. Bats.
And toads.
Bats and toads. Bats and toads and bats and toads. It's
And
like
things that have not names.
it's like a dexterity test.
He knew it was all in his head.
Throwing the fish is difficult. Throwing it forward. It's difficult. Come to a dead end. Oh, the fish's head is chopped now.
But he took it very seriously.
Up. Come on.
I had hoped he'd find himself.
Okay, gotta get these fish out of the way so we can play the game.
But he found
Oops.
something more.
What did he find? Hopefully the end of fish. Nope, not the end of fish.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Yeah, it is
I
kind
spoke
of
with his
dangerous.
boss,
Right? Gonna chop his hand off.
but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused,
This is really, really awesome.
like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Who thinks of this stuff? I hear a dog
Told me he'd
barking.
made a new friend.
Oh, I made a new friend. The dog. There's a little campsite up there. It's kind of neat.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Okay. Oh, goodness gracious.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Who's that guy? I'm gonna go in here. Oh, I'm gonna get carpal tunnel syndrome.
Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Okay. Like the Pied Piper.
Talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Oh. Going the wrong way. Let's go this way now, dude.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Some reliable chopping, I gotta tell you.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds,
Yeah, all the cheering crowds.
even the stones under his feet,
Uh-huh.
were all in his imagination,
Yeah.
so he could do whatever he wished.
Yeah. He could be king.
He held an election for mayor,
Or mayor.
and he won.
Very Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Lewistopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Give me a fish. Come on.
New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Come on.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh no. He forgot to
Even
go
as
home.
his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Oh, she's actually there. Still working. Come here, fish.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
I get to pick. It's a choose your own adventure. Here are rumors of a handsome queen.
handsome queen.
Oh, I'm stuck. I've run aground.
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents, of course.
sinister serpents.
I wonder if it matters what I pick. Other than getting a different story. Whoa.
He followed the sound of her.
Followed the sound of her. She plays the electric sitar, of course. Come on.
Electric sitar.
Oh no. Do I need to go back and get that note? I missed a note. Oh well, it'll be alright.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Okay.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Whoa. Slow down with the fish. This is really neat. Fish are kind of annoying, though.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Okay, I need to chop our way through here.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Greater than a king. A god?
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Back to the real world. It's a nice door. I'm not sure where this is going. I'm not sure I like it. I mean, we know the ending. We know he dies. Just don't know how. This has to be his locker, right? What if I walk
Began
past
to
his
forget
locker?
the world we know.
It's got a little gaming device in there. Imperial Palace. Orcas Island. Order today. Oh, it's just a Chinese food place. Okay. Alright. Legalize it, man. LP Brown Cannery. That's a lot of fish being dumped into that water there. Not really sure why, unless these have already
I
been
think it pained him to
gutted.
remember Lewis, the
Whatever.
cannery worker.
I mean, these look like they still have meat on them. They still have head. Why are they going in the water? I don't know anything about this stuff.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
What are you doing, dude? You're kind of not getting the fish, dude. Dude. What's going on here? You're supposed to be chopping the fish's heads off. It's kind of funny, though. According to this, as he chops the fish's heads off, they're just going to land on the ground there by these stairs. I mean, you can't even put a, bucket or anything there to catch them. Really poor design in this cannery here. I could see why he hated it so much. Well, let's see what's going to happen. Oh, okay. Well, dude, I'm going to go up here, all right?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Well, I can look back. Goodbye, cruel worlds.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him.
Molly. Okay. Oh, I can stop and turn around. Whoa. I can't walk back though.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Oh my gosh. I freaking knew it. He chopped his own head off. He's gonna have to put his head there to accept the crown.
Down his head.
Oh, good grief. But I don't want to. Good grief.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Wow. 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 Let's. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. I guess he stuck his head in there and chopped it off. That's pretty messed up. This was what was in his locker. The cannery, I guess. Including one of his little drug paraphernalia things. I don't know what that stuff is called. I'm kind of a nerd. Oh, he's got a Indian flag up there.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Well, it looks like we can go out that door now. Trying to think. Is he the first one that took his own life? Yeah, I think so. Sam, we remember what happened to him. He fell off the cliff when that deer hit him. Or that buck hit him. Calvin flew off a swing. Barbara was eaten, apparently. Molly ate something. Walter got hit by a train, or he just died. I'm not convinced he got hit by a train. Odin, is he the one who went down with the house? I'm not sure I'm remembering that correctly. Gregory, we remember what happened to poor Gregory in the tub. Gus got killed in the storm. Milton disappeared. So yeah, Lewis is the only one to have taken his own life that we know of thus far. We don't know what happened to Dawn or Edie. Sanjay, he was killed in a relief effort. Kay divorced Sam. And Sven, maybe he went down with the house. I don't remember which one of I don't remember how these guys died. Yeah, I don't remember. Alright, let's go out this door here. Okay, good. Looks like there's another way up out here. Big, beautiful, strong tree.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
So Lewis's funeral was in 2010, and that's when they left the house.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Oh gosh. Edie had to know what was up. Everybody was packing. So here's where that other set of steps would have gone, were they not broken.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Bunch of packing peanuts
I
in
wish
here.
we'd stayed.
Edith wishes they'd stayed. That is a lot of missing posters. More stairs going up.
But I understand why we left.
Yeah. Loving memory, Lewis Finch. Yeah. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great grandson to Edie. No mention of Milton. I mean, obviously he was already dead by then. There's just something sad about that. So this must have been Dawn's room, I guess. Because it's got her name. Looks like she left a box behind. Well, they left a lot of stuff behind, as we saw in the other parts of the house. Fast food containers.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Yeah, it looks that way. Bunch of her books there. Aw. Sanj's vest. Picture of Sanj there. Little, kind of like a shrine to Sanj, kind of, in that closet. Happy 90th birthday. In Edie and Sven's room, with Edie on the bed. Dawn sitting there on the left of the picture. Little jewelry box. It's a beautiful lamp. Beautiful window over there. Let's see what's up these stairs.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Little paper birds there. Origami birds, maybe. Another
Maybe I
big,
should have
beautiful
come
window.
sooner.
Edith. So I guess Edith had the room above Dawn. Above her mom. Little birds. So cute. Oh wow, she has to climb a ladder to get to her room. Can you imagine, like, coming in this house and then going up to your room? That's a long freaking climb, man. Sheesh. How do you get furniture up here?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
That's all that's left, huh? Is she even standing up? No, she's crawling. She has to crawl in her room? There's a little monster like we saw in Molly's room. Looks like a bunch of letters and stuff. Not sure it says anything. Can she even stand up in her room? Doesn't look like it, does it? That's kind of neat. The science of paper crafting. Yep, she did like paper craft, it looks like. Fancifully folded. I thought that was a taco. Norwegian folktales. Well, you guys ready for this? It's like she left everything behind too, huh? Let's see what we got here. Feather. Like a little quill, maybe? Oh, this is the book that we saw at the beginning of the game on the boat.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
So this happened in 2010. Edith was born in 1999, so she was 10 or 11 years old when this happened. And I'm gonna guess that maybe this is the door to the kitchen, and she's been excused from the kitchen. It is super dark in here. I'm having a hard time telling what room I'm in. Is this the living room? Is this where the fireplace is over there that I can't seem to get to, maybe? I think that's where we are. I think we're in the living room. Boy, it is super dark.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
So there's the door to the cellar there. You notice our height has changed. We are now the height of a 10 or 11-year-old girl. Still seems pretty short, though. My niece is 11 years old, and I would say she's taller than this.
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Aha! Another entrance. Holy hell, it's dark in here. Another missing poster. Gosh, man, you get those things all over the place just reminding you all the time. Like you're not thinking about it anyway.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
The library. We're going in. Into the library. The Book of Sand, the Aleph Labyrinths, The King in Yellow, Swedish folktales. Wish I had more time to read.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
My children are dead because of your stories? That's quite an accusation. Candle there. There's a bed here. Okay, the game is kind of... There we go. The game was pushing me back.
It's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
It's best if she and Edith leave tonight.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Gosh. No, that's not okay. Alright, just some post-it notes there. History of the Finches by Edith Finch. And then here is a bed. Alright. Let's look at the history of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh my gosh, are we going to be able to walk over to the house?
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
So who are we right now? Are we
There'd
Grandma?
been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. Okay. I guess we're Edie right now.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Wow. I was hoping we'd be able to go out here.
Rolled in, I lost my way.
Uh-oh. I'm just walking forward, man.
I got turned around.
I didn't do that. We're back at this rock. You'd think you might be able to see that red pulsing light, but we don't even see that.
For a while, I wandered.
Okay.
I started seeing things.
Oh dear. Hello, how are you?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. a lot of things came back to me.
Well, at least we know she's not going to die here. One story that it won't end in her death. It
Or
end in
maybe
someone's death.
I came back to them.
That's old stuff, man. Looks like it's in pretty good shape for being underwater all this time. Open that gate, Grandma.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Aww.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Oh, gosh.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
I'm doing that.
A few years went by.
Shaking it.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Oh, no.
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Is that what I think it is? So, apparently we are now the baby being born.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Yeah.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
Really?
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow. So, an apple too. Judging by the date on the tombstone there, 2017, 7 years after Edith and Dawn left the house, Edith died We don't know how or what of. Maybe during childbirth. She had written that kind of diary for, I guess, in case something happened to her, so at least the story of her family would be passed down. Although she never meant for her son to read it. Except in the case that she was not there to tell the stories herself, and that is apparently what happened. So there is one Finch left alive, and I guess he's a Finch. I don't know. We don't know who the father was. I'm assuming that Edith was not married, so maybe she had kept the name Finch, and this son of hers will carry on the name Finch. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But looks like her son there at the end, he was young, had made it to the house and to the graveyard. So now he knows the story and has visited the house. Don't know how old he was there at the end. Looked pretty young. So we don't know when this story takes place. At some time in the future. You know, if that kid was 10 years old or whatever, I don't know. This would have taken place in 2027. So these are all the people who created this beautiful game. And it was a beautiful game. Albeit a sad one. My gosh. Where did these stories come from? Were they just thought up? They come from something these designers read? Or is there a little bit of biography going on here? I don't know. I wonder if that information is out there on the internet to find out. I have to take a look and see if there's any truth, any based on a true story going on in this game. It's interesting that it's called a game. I mean, it was really a story, right? I mean, I didn't have to... I mean, there were a couple of parts where it was a little challenging, like that part there at the end when I had to chop the fish and move Lewis around on the left-hand side of the screen. That was pretty tricky. So there was some tricky parts. I guess there were some game-like things. The end. Okay, that was very impressive. And the replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Well, I encourage you to go buy this game if you haven't already. You can go buy it, and even though you know the story, you could play through it, and then you can decide to replay a story and see what that means. It's probably just, you could probably pick one of these people and play through their story. You know how all of them, like we could pick Barbara and go back through her comic book story. So that's probably what it is. But I've said this before, when I play these types of games, these very, very heavily story-based games, I kind of feel, I don't know if guilty's the right word, but I feel like I'm giving it away for free, kind of. I mean, because if you haven't played the game and you watched this, why would you play the game? Because you already know the story. You know what I mean? But I think it's worth playing it on your own, even though you know the story. You can maybe take a few different paths, maybe you can find some things that I didn't find. But I just thought it was a beautiful game. Very well done. and you could tell that a lot of love was put into it. So I feel like that the people who worked on it deserve to be rewarded. I paid for the game, and I encourage you to do the same. If I did inspire you to go out and buy the game and play through it, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. That'll do it for What Remains of Edith Finch. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, won't you let me know by leaving me a like or comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you'll join me again in another one of my Let's Plays soon.